Rip City has a new leader. Right now at noon, find out who's set to lead the Trailblazers this season. Plus,
very shortly thereafter, I felt and heard a much larger explosion that shook the house.
Police searching for the person they say intentionally set 4 Amazon delivery vans on fire. And
we are in agony. And we cannot be at peace.
Today's show host Savannah Guthrie responding to news that a note from kidnappers claims her mother had died. The latest on the search for Nancy Guthrie. Now, with the 4th of July right around the corner, the Oregon State Fire Marshal urging fireworks safety. The simple mistakes they say can spark a wildfire. Well, the search for the Trailblazers' new head coach is finally over. The team announcing they're hiring Minnesota Timberwolves lead assistant Micah Norrie. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here. I am Tim Gordon. The announcement marks the end to a nearly 2-month search. Norrie joins the Blazers after spending 5 seasons as an assistant with the Minnesota Timberwolves. He spent nearly 3 decades in the NBA. He was also a finalist for the Dallas Mavericks head coaching job this offseason. Norrie now takes over a young Portland roster looking to take the next step in its rebuild. And this morning, Blazers general manager Joe Cronin releasing a statement saying, quote, "After an extensive search process, it became clear that Micah embodies the qualities we are looking for in the leader of this franchise. He had been a key contributor to successful organizations and brings a wealth of expertise, a proven ability to develop players, and an authenticity that aligns with the culture we are building." And now that the coaching search has come to a close, the NBA draft is happening tonight. But for now, the Blazers don't have any picks. That's because of 2 trades they made back in 2021. It's the 4th time in franchise history they have no picks, and the first time since 2014. The draft is a 2-day affair, kicking off tonight at 5 p.m. All right, taking a live look from our Rose City Sky camera. It's setting up to be another hot day across the metro with blue skies. Meteorologist Chris McGinnis says what temps to expect on this weather impact alert day. Chris.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tim. We continue with our heat advisory here for the entire area shaded in this orange peach color here. So the I-5 corridor from Salem up through Longview and out through the Columbia Gorge through late this evening because of temperatures that will be warmer than they were yesterday. Our Rose City Sky camera showing clear sky and 81 degrees last check at PDX. So we are warmer than we were 24 hours ago when we hit 91. It's 5 degrees warmer at the airport, 5 degrees warmer up in Kelso, 3 degrees warmer right now in Aurora. So again, despite the fact that we have some very high thin cloud cover passing on through portions of southwest Washington and northwest Oregon today, and there are some low clouds in the marine layer at the coast, we do think that things are setting up to be at least as warm, if not a little warmer than yesterday. So with that in mind, again, the weather impact alert continues through this afternoon. If you do have to work outside in the heat, just limit your exposure, take frequent breaks, obviously stay hydrated and whatnot. Our plan for this afternoon has temperatures inching into the upper 80s to near 90 at 2 o'clock. We're already, again, 81 degrees, so this looks pretty on target. And I've got us somewhere between about 92 and 94 later this afternoon under a mostly sunny sky. We'll have some subtle cooling tomorrow, Tim, enough that you'll notice a little bit of a difference, and then major changes as we go to Thursday and Friday with rain. More on that in just a few minutes.
Look forward to that. Thanks, Chris. Oh, the hot temperature is still sticking around to help people stay out of the heat. Some cooling centers will stay open through Wednesday. The Mid-Willamette Valley Community Action Agency says its cooling centers will be open from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. today. That includes Arches Day Center, Woodburn Shelter, and the Family First Day Center. Outreach teams will also be in Marion and Polk counties out there offering cooling assistance to people. And Seed of Faith Christian Center International will also be open for cooling through Wednesday. Those hours are 2 through 7 p.m. That's on Winter Street Northeast in Salem. Turning to a developing story now, Portland Fire and Rescue says the fire that destroyed several Amazon delivery vans in southwest Portland was intentionally set. And because those were electric vehicles, firefighters say they had to deal with more than just the flames. Corey Johnson has details of the challenging response.
Portland fire investigators are now treating this as an arson case after 4 electric Amazon delivery vans were destroyed in that fire on Monday. The fire was reported around 2:30 a.m. near Southwest 1st Avenue and Arthur Street, not far from a Rivian dealership. Callers reported seeing trees and a van on fire. When crews got to the scene, they found several Amazon Prime electric delivery vans burning and a lot being used as a staging area. Portland Fire says the vehicle's lithium-ion batteries made things much more difficult. Firefighters knocked down flames that spread to a nearby embankment, but had to stand back and let the lithium-ion batteries burn themselves out. Now, crews worked with masks and air bottles because of those toxic fumes, which concerned neighbors who live blocks away.
That was actually our only concern, was like, oh, we're pretty close. We're like within a block or so. So whether that toxicity was an issue or not. I happened to be up in the middle of the night and my window was open and I heard a small explosion. But then I started hearing cars honking their horns, followed by people shouting.
Now, crews have spent time putting out fencing around the area where those charged shells from that van still sit, and also surrounded by caution tape. Thankfully, no one was hurt because of the fire. As officials investigate this case as arson, they are asking the public to contact the Portland Fire and Rescue Team if you have any helpful information. Back to you.
All right, here's a look at some national headlines this afternoon and a sad development in the investigation into the disappearance of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. According to law enforcement sources briefed on the investigation, a note sent to media outlets in February after Guthrie disappeared said she had died. It came after an earlier note demanding millions of dollars for ransom. Investigators believe both were legitimate communications from the person or people responsible for the kidnapping. According to law enforcement sources, in the second note, the kidnapper or kidnappers said they did not mean to kill Nancy Guthrie. Savannah Guthrie speaking out on the Today Show on NBC after the news.
I can't pretend I'm not here. And so since I am, I wanted to just take the opportunity to ask people, to beg people to come forward. Somebody knows something. And this is a news story today that is on your radar, but this is the life that my sister lives, that I live, that my brother lives, that our extended families live, that our children live every day. And we are in agony. And we cannot be at peace.
Our hearts go out to Savannah and the whole family. Nancy Guthrie was reported missing on February 1st. Security cameras at her Arizona home captured images of a masked man with a handgun. An extensive investigation in the time since has resolved few questions. Well, the U.S. and partner intelligence agencies are now warning that AI cyber attacks could be able to overwhelm defenses within months. The Five Eyes group is urging businesses and governments to prepare. A warning highlights a growing unease over AI. The Trump administration says Anthropic must prevent foreign nationals from using its most sophisticated models. Several AI executives say they're also concerned about the technology. A new bill to help lower housing costs is one step closer to reality. In an 85-5 vote, the Senate passed the 21st Century Road to Housing Act, sending the measure to the House. The bipartisan bill is designed to lower housing costs by making it easier to build new homes across the country. And a key provision would also prevent large institutional investors from purchasing single-family homes, an effort supporters say could help families compete in the housing market. Vice President J.D. Vance is now back in the U.S. after meetings in Switzerland that he says laid a good foundation for a long-term peace deal with Iran. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from D.C.
This morning, a changing of the guard as Vice President J.D. Vance returns from Iran talks.
I feel great about the progress that we made.
And Secretary of State Marco Rubio travels to pitch the deal to Gulf allies, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain, all frequent targets of Iranian attack throughout the war. They're eager for stability, but wary of concessions to Iran. The Trump administration is temporarily lifting oil sanctions, a sharp reversal in U.S. policy that allows Iran to sell oil freely and take payment in dollars during 60 days of negotiations, while President Trump maintains the threat of force.
If Iran doesn't live up to their agreement, or if they're not behaving, I will do what I have to do.
The president also defending the potential to unfreeze some Iranian assets. Money, he says, could only be used to buy food.
And the food's going to be bought exclusively through the United States from our farmers.
The White House is touting key points of progress from the opening round of negotiations, including steps to keep the Strait of Hormuz open as oil tanker traffic begins to flow, already pushing gas prices down. The Trump administration also touting an agreement to allow nuclear inspectors back into Iran.
To make sure they can never have a nuclear weapon.
Though Iran's foreign ministry spokesman told state media Tehran had made no new commitments on nuclear inspections and that any engagement through the United Nations would happen under existing procedures. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And new from overnight here locally, the owners of a Milwaukee record shop are asking for your help finding this burglary you see on your screen right there after they broke into the store and stole thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. You can see it was all caught on camera. The owners of B-Side Records told us their alarm started going off early Monday morning when they spotted someone on surveillance going through their record room. They later discovered the person had broken into the shop's back door. The owners estimate they stole about $5,000 worth of records and cash, but they say they have some loyal customers helping take some of the sting out of it.
Yeah, it was a horrible thing to wake up to, but also throughout the course of the day today, we have just had like an outpouring of support and community members stopping by, bringing, coffee and hugs.
Yeah, the much-loved record stores. B-Side has set up a GoFundMe as well. Milwaukee police are investigating, but haven't provided any information about the suspect or any arrests.